Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was just fine today. And it was nice on Wall Street, but it did finish lower. Not much lower, not so much lower that I got upset or I am upset. I'm not upset. If I was upset, you could tell I'm upset. Not that bad. It was down 100 points. Mere drop in the bucket. Just like it was up 100 points yesterday, I wasn't excited then either, right? I mean, what did I say? Stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down. I happened to be watching CNBC today, and it seemed like a lot of pessimism coming, being spewed. One big analyst guru said he's expecting a correction. They're very defensive, and the correction will be 10% or something like that. I wasn't really paying that much attention, but that makes me happy because when analysts start saying down, it usually goes the other way. So no problem. Let them say down. So anyway, I'm changing the subject just a little. I have my Metcap on, and the reason I put it on is I read a couple of tweets from the Mets manager, Mickey Callaway. He's been tweeting lately. That's something that's uncharacteristic for him. I wonder if Mets management told him to do so. One of his tweets, which I responded to, said that the big brass wanted him to be more traditional and not innovative and not to think out of the box, just manage according to formulaic management. I don't like that. I think the guy should be his own man. What do you guys think? I mean, that's ridiculous, being told, recipe approach to management, cookie cutter approach. Don't like that. And I think innovation is needed for the Mets in particular. I have a pitching paradigm that I think would go nicely for the Mets staff. I responded to Mickey. I told him to follow me so I could let him know my paradigm. But so far, I haven't heard from him, and that was since this morning. Well, maybe he's new to this tweet game, but I hope he responds to me so I can have an in-depth discussion with Mickey on my ideas for a new pitching paradigm, not unlike the Tampa Bay Rays, excuse me, where they were starting their relief pitchers. It's along that vein, but different. All right, anyway, I want to discuss what's bothering me about the market. What's bothering me about the market is I've been very high on nVda for the last 3-4 days, recommending a swing trade for nVda, and I didn't go into it myself. And now nVda is up to 163 after hours on beating earnings. Kicking myself on that one, but not as bad as I'm kicking myself on tndm, Tandem Diabetes, the maker of the insulin pump that's so innovative. The FDA is creating a new class to accommodate their device. It's a beast. I said it was a beast yesterday in my video, and one of the users snapped at me in a tweet saying, it was like watching paint dry the other day. So I said, what do you want to do, get rich in quick? I mean, a point a week is not enough. Meanwhile, it's up 3 points today on the news of FDA, on the FDA news of a new category for TNDM. So, I mean, the FDA seems to be in love with TNDM. I'm in love with TNDM, and I've yet to enter a position. And the other day, I could have gotten in around 44 and on a pullback, and I missed it. and now it's 49, I think it is. But we'll look at it together. I don't remember what it is, but it's going to start taking out its all-time highs. It is a beast. I'm just looking for a pullback tomorrow to a certain level so I can enter. I'll let you know what that level is. What else? AMD. I went into Applied Micro Devices because this time I said to myself, I'm not going to tell everybody how to get rich and not get rich myself. So I made a swing trade. I entered at, what I entered at? 22.93 or 4, something like that. And I have a stop loss at 21.30, I believe, and a take profit at 24.89, which I'm going to raise up a little bit. So that's where I am with my trades. Haven't done much trading. Not in love with Amazon leaving Long Island City before they even get there. Get there so we'd have a chance to throw you out. Long Island City, for those of you who don't know the geography of New York, is not Long Island. It's part of Queens, right across the bridge from Manhattan, the bridge being the Queensboro Bridge, right across the tunnel to Manhattan, the tunnel being the Queens Midtown Tunnel. So Amazon was going to locate itself in Queens, right across the water from Manhattan. It would have really been a boost in the arm for New York City, for Queens, for Long Island City, for Manhattan, for all 5 boroughs. It would have been a source of jobs, high-paying jobs. I'm so aggravated over that. The only good thing is that it'll avoid traffic jams if I have to go to Manhattan. All right, anyway, I vented. And it's really the fault of one person. I'm continuing to vent. A politician who basically chased them out of town single-handed. A politician that would have veto power over the upcoming vote, whether to allow them in or not. So they just left. I don't blame Bezos. I blame that politician. I don't even know his name, but I'm upset with him. I'm very much on the side of Governor Andrew Cuomo, who was very for bringing Amazon, gave concessions. He did a great job in luring them, and only to lose them? Come on. I mean, I hate to talk politics. You know, I'm very apolitical, but when things strike at directly or indirectly at me, I have to react. Okay, so as always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly on my own and do not constitute investment advice. Occasionally, more than occasionally, lately, or like all the time, Dr. J has been having great ideas. But very occasionally, I have clunkers. So your job is to study, pick out the good ideas, separate them out from the clunkers. And you can follow me if you like, but follow me at your own risk. Somebody said they followed my trade today. That's fine, but good luck to you. But it's at your own risk. I assume everybody does their own due diligence. Okay, CGC, we're awaiting earnings. I know it's late. It's 7:59 and still no earnings. Generally, when there's a delay like this, I don't like it. So even though I'm hoping for the best, I'm expecting bad news. I hope I'm wrong. So let's share screen. Okay. Looks like that worked fine. I hope. I noticed my microphone is in a contorted position, which troubles me. I hope you heard every single word of wisdom that I had to say today. I'm going to try to twist this microphone around, probably lose the audio altogether. Okay, microphone, come on. Stay there. Okay. turned it around. Well, if you didn't hear me, no big deal. I was just venting in the intro. I was venting. Now comes the important stuff, like the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. Let's have a look at them. Okay, so we had a down day today, down half, not even half of 1%, 0.4 of 1%, down 103 points to 26,439. I hope my screen isn't flickering. I noticed a flicker or two just now. In any event, this is nothing. Dow is nicely within its upward channel. It was a doji closing in the middle of its range for the day, which is fine. I have no problem, no fear. It'll be up tomorrow or the day after. It's sticking to that channel. I'm good. So no sweat with the Dow. I think our rally is still intact. AMD. AMD is up after hours, probably in sympathy with NVIDIA, 2348. That's not bad. It closed at 2313, so it's up 1.5% after hours. Quite a good move. It's following its upward trend line up, which is the right idea. I kind of think it will do better than my take profit, which is at below 25. I think it'll actually hit this upper trend line up around 25.75, something like that. So Dr. J obviously is bullish advanced micro devices, at least for a swing trade, but I'm actually bullish long term. Maybe I keep a few shares for the long term. NVIDIA, that's nvidia, nvda, the game chip maker, the chip maker in general. So NVIDIA. All right. I think almost everyone's computer used to have a NVIDIA chip or card or whatever in it. Not a hardware type person, but this is a good one. And I talked about it a few days ago. It was just above the 50. I said I liked it. I thought it would go to the upper trend line and go through it sooner or later. The earnings report is phenomenal relative to what was expected anyway. So it will break out of this triangle tomorrow, and I think it will test the all-time, not the all-time high, the recent high at 175. So I'm looking for NVIDIA to continue. 163 is not the end. I think you'll see 12 more points tacked on before it might back down at resistance of 175. So Dr. J is very bullish, NVIDIA. On any pullback, I'll probably be a buyer. Amazon.com, I actually should have swapped out of it and into something like a NVIDIA or an AMD. It's been hanging around my portfolio for a swing trade for too long. So I'm getting a little impatient, which means if I sell it tomorrow, it'll go up 50 points the next day. Doesn't that always happen? Always happens to me, must always happen to you. It happens to everybody I know. They tell me the same thing. As soon as I sell, the next day it's up tremendous amount, or the next week. And if only they had held. Well, maybe I should hold for my 1780 to take profit. Drinking a little water. Getting dry, talking. Okay, so I want you to tell all your friends about me because I've been really hot as hell. Tell them that you're following Dr. J. Dr. J is giving you some phenomenal stocks. Not Amazon, it's not one of the phenomenal ones, but it's an okay one. The phenomenal one is coming up next. Tandem, TNDM. We first looked at this at $40 where I recommended it. I liked it. And now it is, well, it's still not that high. I thought it was higher. Is this the latest? Yeah. Okay. So it is 49.28. It's not reflected in the price. So I'm going to refresh this. I don't know why it's not reflected. 49.28. There it goes. Okay, so there we have the big candle that hit the upper trend line and took out the old highs. The next high it's got to take out. It took out this high. So the next high to take out is the all-time high set on 9/1 of 52.55. I tell you, I'm sick over this one. No, not really, but I'm upset. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I hope you guys listened to me and were smarter than Dr. J. Let me know if you listen to me and are getting rich because of me and I'm not getting rich. If so, you want to cut me a check, that'll be fine. I'm just teasing, of course. I hope everybody gets rich. Everybody. I mean, playing the market is a tough game. I love to hear success stories, and I'm not in the slightest bit jealous. I'm really not in the slightest bit upset. I'm just an actor. I'm making believe I'm upset for theatrical reasons. I'm not upset that Tandem is running away from me before I had a chance to get in. A little bit upset because I almost got in at, where was it? The low of the day here was 44.74. That's where I missed my opportunity. I was waiting for that pullback. I expected that pullback, and I got busy that day. I didn't put in the trade. That is annoying. A little annoying. Not too annoying. All right, very annoying. CGC. We still don't know what's up with earnings, but investors are getting nervous. It's down nearly 1% after hours. It closed the day virtually unchanged at 46.12. It had a nice breakout of its downward channel. Broke out of this triangle here and went to the upside. Usually that's a great sign. So what we want is some follow-up. We want earnings to not kill the stock. I don't care if it shoots up or not as long as it doesn't get killed. I mean, by getting killed, see it back down here at $40 a share, I would not be happy. So as long as it holds the low of the day today, that would be good enough for me. I am nervous about the earnings. I'm curious about it, but I'm also a little bit nervous. And then again, if it goes down to 40, I'll buy more. I am resolved to stay in this thing and add to my position on any weakness. I could draw the horizontal line here, but let's just take a look. The low is 44.57. This low is 44.70. So 44.50, if it holds that, I'm okay. I'll just buy a little more in the morning. But if it goes to 40, I'll still buy a little more in the morning. So I'm not going to be upset. I just suspect about the news being that they pushed it back that late to like 8:30, I believe. Paratek was a request to have this one charted. I did own it. I sold it at a loss somewhere around here. And it's been done nothing but go up since I sold it, of course. And at this point, it's gone below the ascending line, but it's still following it, its trend line. I think, like everything else, stocks go up and stocks go down. I don't think it makes an assault on the resistance level just yet of 765. I think it pulls back, maybe even as low as testing support at 655. So I think we could see 655 before 755. Just my gut feeling on this one. It could go either way, but I think we're due for it's trading on the other side of the ascending trend line. Looks to me like it's due for another test of support. I think it holds that support and then moves up. It's a nice story. Let's look at Apple. By the way, the product that they have is an FDA-approved antibiotic for community pneumonia, much needed drug. The kind of pneumonia that hits hospitals, nursing homes, institutional living of any kind. So that's a much needed drug. Apple down after hours. Yucky poo. Had a very small move of 62 pennies. It's been extremely sluggish. Some of my viewers are saying, should I swap out of it? I'm only going to say what I'm doing, and that's holding. So, I mean, if you want to swap out of it and go into something else, it may not be the worst idea in the world. It's been sluggish. And now it's going back into its lower half of its upper channel. So, I mean, its behavior has been far from great. If you feel tired of waiting, then swap out of it. Go into something that looks peppier. I'm holding, but you know, it doesn't mean you have to. Where do I think it's going? I think it's going back to resistance at the high of 185. So I expect to see it at 185 sooner or later. I just don't know if it's sooner or later. And I don't know how much it would, if it's going to pull back, it's likely to pull back as much as the low of 160. So I think the chances of 160 versus the chances of 185 happening first is a flip of a coin. So you're on your own. I answered your question the best I can. Take the coin, flip it. If it comes out heads, it's going to 185. If it comes out tails, it's pulling back to 160. All right, is that a scientific enough way to invest in stocks? Maybe not. This might be as good as any, though. nbev. This one had a beautiful run, beautiful upward run. It's now a marijuana play because one of the big four is investing in this new Age Beverages corporation that I guess have health drinks or fruit drinks or who knows what. Mix in a little CBDs and you got a powerful drink. So I think that's a good story. So, you know, there's interest in it from the pot end, and it's had a huge run as a result of that. From 250, it ran straight up to, where'd it go? 781. It's a nice run. And actually, at first, it had run even more. It had run based on pot news to $10. Then it came back all the way down to 250 and made a resurgence all the way up to 781, only to fall back to $6 and to start again. So this thing is very volatile. What do I think it's going now? I don't know. I don't like the fact that it's given up the upper portion of the ascending rise and is now below the ascending line. It's still going up though. I don't know. Let's I'd like to wait on this one. If it breaks back through the ascending trend line, I think I'd buy it even a little higher than where it is. So let the stock tell us where it's going. That's my feeling on this one. If it breaks below $6, $6.09, if I owned it, I'd be a seller of it. But if I don't own it, I'm not buying it below 609. I might buy it on a pullback to about 6.25 and take a shot. I promised trade setups to one of my viewers. I gave you one that I tweeted out. But on this one, why don't I give you a hypothetical? It pulls on a pullback to the low of the day, yesterday's low, 624. If it pulls back near there, you buy, and you sell just below, with a stop loss just below 609. Let's say $6 stop. So you could lose a quarter, and your take profit would be somewhere up here around $7. So from 6.25, you're looking to get out at 7, and you're looking to stop at 6. So that's a 3-to-1 shot. But I think you have a shot. It's not a bad chance of making that work for you on a pullback, but not a complete pullback, hopefully. A complete pullback would probably be a loser. Anyway, that's a hypothetical trade. Entry point 6.25, stop loss 5.99, take profit 6.99. I know I said it verbally. I'm not writing it down. I can always deny having said it if I don't write it down. That's not why. You know, I'm an honorable fellow. I have integrity. That's one thing I have, is integrity. I may not have money, but I have integrity. All right. So I'm stopping sharing, and we're going to look at, oh, the picture's not there. Now I'm worried. No picture. Hello. Oh, hi, Dr. J. You're back. Had me worried. Well, my lips seem to be in sync with my words, more or less. This has been Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hasta luego. Sayonara. Shalom. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Ciao. Tell your friends about me.